Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Balboa Show, baby. And in today's video, we are gonna go over why Tommaso freaking Ciampa is not in WWE 2K19, along with Buddy Murphy, Brian Kendrick, and Nikki Cross. So let's get straight into it with Tommaso Ciampa. Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer spoke to somebody in WWE, and we'll get into that, but he basically said like this is all speculation. So this is what he said about the Tommaso Ciampa situation. I have not heard from Tommaso Ciampa, and 2K did not answer when I requested information about this, but I did have somebody in WWE who speculated, so let me make this very clear. This is speculation, but he speculated that based on history, their speculation, bloody hell, the speculation was that reason Tommaso Ciampa is not in 2K19, and I can say with like 99.9% certainty he's not going to be in this year's game. He's not going to be a character that comes out later. He's not in 2K19 in any form, so no DLC, no universe mode, surprise entrant, no that guy in that red tomato guy in the My Career is not Tommaso Ciampa. It was speculated based on history that the reason he's not in is because when they did production of the game last year, he was out with an injury. Because historically, if you are out with an injury while they're in production of the game, you don't end up in the game. So for example, Jason Jordan is out right now. He's probably not in 2K20, but that's what I was told about Tommaso. It's not some scandal, it's not him trying to be a heel, that's just a story I was told. But if you think about it, like when Daniel Bryan was injured, he was still in the game. Tyson Kidd was injured, he's still in the game. So I don't know, man, I just don't buy this injury kind of story, man. He was in last year's game, and I get that they never put him in from last year to this year because he changed his whole body type. Like he gained a whole load of muscle, he changed his attire, he grew a beard, and he got that white streak in that beard. You know, he became like a kind of like a different superstar. But I don't get the injury thing. Like you would expect them to have like the top friggin' NXT champion in the game if they wanted to make it as dated as possible. From Gamerant, they said this: why is Ciampa missing from WWE 2K19 roster? Tommaso Ciampa's exclusion from the WWE 2K19 roster is a head scratcher. As Gamerant's Dalton Cooper speculated, there is a fan theory going around that Ciampa was out of action due to injury during the time that he was needed for motion capture. Ciampa suffered his injury back in May of 2017 and was away from NXT until late January of this year. He made his in-ring return from this past April to feud with Gargano. He ultimately won the NXT title in July. However, he's not in the game. By the way, Gargano, a regular fan favorite underdog type, will be a part of the game. So this fan theory also goes along with what Brian Alvarez, is source in WWE, speculated about Tommaso Ciampa. And I just, oh man, like he's the main guy. He's the main guy. Like, why is he not in the game? They also went on to say this: while it's possible Ciampa wasn't available for motion capture, one would think WWE will still find a way to get him onto this latest game's roster. As it stands, he's the biggest superstar missing from the game. Luckily, gamers can create their own Tommaso Ciampa character once the game arrives through community creations and so on and so forth. Fans who pre-ordered WWE 2K19 for the PlayStation 4, Xbox and PCs can start playing October 5th, Deluxe Edition, blah 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 blah. So this injury story, it seemed like that is the reason why Tommaso Ciampa is not in this year's game, but oh man, I just don't get it. I just don't understand why. I mean, Tommaso Ciampa tweeted this ages ago at WWE Games had their final roster review for 2K19. A lot of people are wondering why the champ is not in the game. Well, it's quite simple. I'm the champ for a reason. I don't lose, not in real life, sure, it's not in your fantasy world. Man, like, and then he took that tweet down. So what the heck is going on, man? Like, why are you not giving us, like, is it really because he was injured? Like, can't you, I mean, The Rock's never there and you still managed to put him in the game every single year. Like, I don't, like, you could have at least like sculpted his model from your own freehand. You didn't have to scan him. Plus you got last year's scan model, so you've got his face. All you have to do is do his entire body and beard, and that's not like, oh my god, like you still had Tommaso Ciampa scan for motion capture his moves. come on, man. You get other people to do his moves. It's not a big deal. Like, I mean, he's like the biggest. Again, is the biggest star missing from WWE 2K19. And you got people on Twitter. Sports Arena podcast said this: wanted from WWE 2K19, War Games, total deletion, updated Tommaso Ciampa, guitar entrance, mix match challenge, and special guest referee. But what we got was big head mode, man. What we got was big head mode. And honestly, I don't really care about big head mode. I don't think I'll even play it. Probably play one match just to see. I don't know, man. A big head mode is just like, if you think about it, and I'm glad that they add, like, I'm happy that they added new things to the game. Don't get me wrong, but big head mode is just like, it's like a baby thing. I mean, this game is 16, you know, and that's just like a big baby inclusion. Like, I don't really care about big head mode. Whether it's funny, like, okay, it's funny for a bit, but like, how funny can it get, man? Oh my god! I mean, you can, and you got like Minecraft people in the game. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, I'm happy they included that, but is that like the real focus of your community, of your creations this year, that you add in Minecraft mode, like Minecraft playable character, and you're gonna sell the game? I mean, the game is actually like, last year I got WWE 2K18 Deluxe Edition, was like £60. This year I'm gonna have to pay £80 for the game, like £20 for not even. Oh man, it's just not worth it, man. It's too expensive, man. As for that Tommaso chap in the game, if you don't want any spoilers, go ahead and mute the video right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it seems like the Tomato guy in the game is Baron Blade, as he is a playable character on the main roster. So they're gonna give him his own. They're gonna count him towards the roster slot as well, I guess. But we're gonna get Baron Blade rather than Tommaso Ciampa, and that's the truth right there. What? Baron Blade, no Tommaso. What? It is a shame, ladies and gentlemen. However, as for Buddy Murphy, the reason why he's not in the game is just like, they probably never scanned him or anything, but he is what's interesting. I mean, he made a video on that before. Click the eye in the corner of the link in the description if you want to watch the full video. But he was actually featured on like the season pass new moves pack, and Mustafa Ali was doing a move on him. But why would they choose that picture? Is it false advertising? If he's not in the game, then maybe I would say it is. But maybe Buddy Murphy. As for those like surprise superstars who might come out, maybe Buddy Murphy is one firm. Brian Kendrick maybe, because there's no actual reason, like there's no actual article on those guys why they may not be in the game or anything. So on SmackDown Hotel there was actually a list here of the superstars and why they're probably not in WWE 2K19. Big Cass obviously released. Brian Kendrick active on WWE, was in 2K18, so he was a perplexing removal, which means he was a baffling removal, which means there's no sense to remove him. Other superstars, obviously they got released, they got fired, they quit. Nikki Cross active, perplexing removal again, along with Tommaso Ciampa, perplexing removal again. Nikki Cross was supposed to go on to the main roster maybe with Sanity. I mean, I think I would have liked that, but because so many superstars like Ember Moon and Asuka went up to the main roster, they needed someone big to stay and help the women division of NXT, so they kept Nikki Cross in. She was even there at the Women's Evolution announcement, like on Raw. But I don't know why she's not in the game as well. There's no actual evidence for why she's not in the game. Some people were speculating about contract issue, like they didn't want to be in the game. Like, what? I don't get that, man. She was in last year's game, and her model from last year's game was great. It would have been enough to copy and paste that into this year's game. Brian Kendrick, again, there's no news or anything about Brian Kendrick not being in the game. He's just not included. Hopefully he's a surprise character, a locker code inclusion, along with Nikki Cross and Buddy Murphy. Maybe he's a universe mode surprise, like you keep playing universe mode and he comes out of the entrance attacking you. I think that would be amazing for those superstars, because they haven't really gave much detail on them. However, Tommaso Ciampa doesn't seem to be in the game this year, unfortunately. Guys, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe. As for my comment section members, big shout out to Connor Fitzpatrick, It's Gem, and Retro Entertainment. Guys, thank you so much for commenting on my videos. And another shout out to Joseph Rodriguez. I know I've been saying all the speculation about Tommaso Ciampa being in the game, but I guess this is some closure for you. Tommaso Ciampa doesn't seem to be in the game this year, and it is a shame. I really wish he was in the game. Ah, I really do, man. I really do, and it's a bummer. It's a bummer. But the world still is revolving. It's still going on. Enjoy your lives. Enjoy yourself. God bless every single one of you guys. Thank you so much for 1,930 subscribers. Holy moly. 1,930 subscribers. What? Guys, thank you so much. Peace out. I love every single one of you.